Hello, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome. Thank you for your patience today, and thank you, Radhika, for doing such a wonderful job in the chat, keeping everybody happy, connected, and together. So I'm just going to give it a few more seconds so that we can all connect in here today. You can hear that the sound is good enough and that the video is all right. I can see that my internet is very, very low. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to do my best to give you everything as quickly as I can, as simply and as quickly. So, April astrology. We've got 3 themes moving through April. I'm going to try and simplify this and make it as easy as possible for you to be able to understand it. As Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So, 3 themes. One is we've got the eclipses starting this month. We have the first eclipse on April 19th, 20th, which will be at the last degree of Aries. And next month, we'll have a lunar eclipse, which will be in Scorpio. We've got Mercury going retrograde this month. And we've got an overall theme of Venus and Mars dancing together. So what does it all mean? And what does it all mean more particularly for you? So I'm going to suggest that if you know your chart and you've got your chart, great. If you haven't, you can get a free one from my website, yourastrologysigns.com. If you go to reports, there's a drop-down menu. And if you go to free report, you'll be able to get your own chart. Free. And what I'd like you to do is to find the signs of Libra, Aries, Taurus, and Scorpio. 4 signs, what you're looking for here, okay? You're looking for 4 signs in your astrology chart. And I'm going to actually see if I can show you, because many of you say, well, I don't have these signs in my chart and I don't know what you're talking about here. So I'm going to see if I can actually just show you a live chart here that will make this hopefully a little more simple to understand. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can, might be asking a little much to be able to share the screen here, but I'm going to do my best. Can I share? Present. Share screen. Let's try. I've not done this before. Select window or screen. That's the one. Okay. Can you see this? But I can't annotate. It needs to be in Zoom. I don't know how to show you. I need to be able to show you. Let me see if there's an annotation thing here. Can't see it. No. Okay. The browser can't access my screen. All right. I'll just go back to saying, find the signs that look like this in your chart. You're looking for Aries and Libra, these 2. And you're also looking for Taurus and Scorpio. All right, you're looking for these areas of your chart. Okay. And these, there will be 4 life areas that are going to be activated by the eclipses now and in October time. And because the eclipse energies last for the next 6 months, this is the perfect time, if you can, to really familiarize yourself with your own chart so that you can see which life areas you might be contending with, working with, developing, progressing. Oh, dearie me. Now we're back. Okay. So let's say you're working with the 1st and the 7th houses. So then you're going to be working with your own development, your personal needs, and your relationships. These may be areas if it's the 1st and 7th houses. Maybe it's the 2nd and 8th houses. And that's going to be to do with your finances, and maybe your partner's finances or other people's resources, and your talents and your gifts and your abilities. Maybe you've got your 3rd and 9th houses activated. Because we're looking at 40% of your chart, so it's many of you are going to have these houses activated. I'll come to the 12th and 6th, Pamela. So 3rd and 9th, this has to do with communications, teaching, learning, developing your skills, taking your spiritual journey to a higher level, travel, adventure, working with your mind power. Maybe it's your 4th and 10th houses. That will be to do with your home, where you live, your home base, your environment, your family, people close to you, and your career, your work, what you are aspiring to. I do apologize that we lose. The energies are getting strong. So I will repeat what I just said in case, I will say it again in case it didn't come through. So the 4th and 10th houses are about home, family, environment. That's the 4th house. And the 10th house is about your work, your career, and what you want to do and contribute in some way to the world, and how you want to be seen. And maybe it's your 5th and 11th houses, in which case this has to do with your creativity, having fun, getting pleasure from life, romance, love, entrepreneurship, business, your own show, anything to do with children and young people. And the 11th house has to do with working with community, bringing your unique gifts and sharing them with a wider community. Your dreams, your wishes, your goals. And the 6th and the 12th houses may be activated, and this has to do with your health and your everyday habits, what you eat, how you exercise, all those kinds of things. It also has to do with animals and pets and service to others and volunteering and helping and your work. And the 12th house has to do with seclusion and escaping and integrating and going on your deep soul journey. So these are all the areas. And you're always very important astrologically to look at both sides of the axis. So let's say, for example, we've got this full moon on the 5th, 6th of April coming up, and it's in Libra. Now, some of you may have planets in Libra, in which case this full moon will be especially important for you. But I would also look at the opposite house and look at the Aries, because we're going to get a solar eclipse in Aries coming up, you see. So it's very important to take these things in pairs. All right. So on the 4th of the month, we've got Mercury going into Taurus. We'll go retrograde later in the month, but Mercury Taurus is an energy of thinking practically. It's a bit like saying, all right, what do I need to do that's practical? So a great thing to do, especially we've got eclipse time, is to clear out and clean out. What needs decluttering? spring cleaning or autumn cleaning, depending where you are in the world. What don't you use anymore? What don't you need anymore? Get time and space released in your life by really using that Mercury in Taurus energy to do practical jobs, practical repairs. Fix a hole, screw something in, fix a bulb, whatever it is. Fixing, sorting, organizing, and most of all, Taurus has to do with simplification. How can you simplify your life? And really think about it. Mercury is the thinking process of coming up with ways in which you need to sort out and clean up. So please share in the chat some of the things that you are thinking now of sorting. And you might also, with it being in Taurus, you might be cleaning up your financial situation. Taurus does rule your finances. And it's also a good time for thinking about to activate more of your financial abundance earning power. Working on thinking about activating your gratitude habit. April. I'm continuing here, and I'm actually just aware that the internet is chopping in and out. Or is it tolerable? And there's a long pause between our responses today. Okay, Adrina's cleaned out her whole wardrobe. Wonderful. All right, that's great. Okay. And then on the 5th, 6th of the month, we've got a full moon in Libra. Thank you, it's tolerable. Okay, thank you. I've already done a full in Libra. I've done a Pleiadian message with a piano message. Libra. It's not very tolerable for me, actually. It's gone out again, this internet. I really don't know what's happening today. It's just giving me one bar of internet. You know, when it's got one little teeny little... Okay, we're carrying on regardless. There's a lot of Aries energy. We've got to keep going. Okay. Choppy but tolerable. Thank you, Radhika. Don't like it, but okay, we're carrying on. So the full moon in Libra, depending where it falls, look at this axis of Aries, Libra in your chart. And this is an area where you want to bring a sense of balance into your world. A sense of peace is helpful. Very soothing and gentle music is a way to the internet here, don't we? You know what? I'm just going to see if it makes any difference if I move the phone. Let's see. I keep doing different little techniques to see if it alleviates the situation, but let's see if that does anything. All right. On the 12th of April, Venus will go into Gemini. So this is encouraging you to explore the different things that you enjoy. Not to get stuck on just one thing, but to say, oh, I'm interested in this, or maybe that, or maybe a bit of this, to learn to be flexible. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. No sound now. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Really, no sound. Okay, I'm going to just move on and get through everything as quickly as I can. On the 20th, we've got this very powerful, you are enjoying, and I'm enjoying being with you. It's just I would like to be able to communicate more clearly. So we've got a solar eclipse, really important solar eclipse on April 20th, 19th, 20th at 29 degrees of Aries. So last month we had the 0 degree of Aries, or this month we're just at the end of March. Then we get 29 degrees of Aries. So we're covering the whole of the sign of Aries. And this is all about looking forward, moving forwards, being determined, not giving up. Even if the internet's choppy, you say, I'm carrying on. I'm going to go anyway. So, and the day after the eclipse, on the 21st, Mercury goes retrograde in Taurus. So there's a push-pull energy. Mars is going forward and Venus energy is pulling back. So don't be surprised if you feel these energies of like, yeah, I'm going, I'm off. And then, oh, maybe I'm not quite ready, or maybe I'm not this. You may get that kind of an energy going on. So as long as you can be aware of it, and what I would do with this, I would prioritize your most important goals. What are the 3 things that you really want to get done in this next day? And I'd really set them and say, right, these are my Aries points, okay? And come hell or high water, I'm going to do those 3 things. And then I would also say, what are the 3 energies that I want to cultivate that will enable me to receive intuitive messages, that will enable me to be calm and quiet enough to know how to express my passion and my action. These are ways to deal productively with this push-pull of Venus-Mars. You know, Mars is sending out all those sperms, and there's only one that makes it to the egg, which I see as the Taurus energy. Taurus is slower. It sits on the egg for a while. It's got to sit there. So what are the projects that you've got in your life that need you to sit and be patient and quiet? And that might be with a relationship, might be with a job situation, might be with your health and a healing situation, where you need to just be patient and learn to relax into that lovely Venusian energy. And where are the areas where I'm avoiding taking action? I'm not risking it. I'm not really being brave, and I need to just get going. And that's what you are working with here. So if you can distinguish in your life between the areas that need you to lay on your eggs because they're not ready to hatch, and the areas where you need to go out and be proactive and spontaneous and take a risk or 2 or 3, this will be very helpful. I also feel as though this month is a real opportunity for second chances. You've got the second chance at the energy of Aries. You had the new moon at 0. Now we've got a solar eclipse at 29. So a second chance at stopping procrastination, saying it stops here. Yeah. It's a bit like, for example, once I verbalize this, I'm going to have to do it. So, okay, I will do it. But I'd like you to share your bits, okay? I have for months, even years, wanted to do a webinar about the progressed moon in astrology. It's an aspect that not many astrologers use, all right? Not that many really use it. I use it all the time. And I find it extremely valuable. And I really want to share that with you in a webinar for those of you who are interested, because it's wonderful for predicting events, types of events, and it's a very powerful aspect in relationships and meeting people, in timings, and it's wonderful. All right, so here I'm saying I'm going to do it. Now I've said it very late out loud. I will do it, and I'm very excited about it. So what have you been wanting to do that you feel excited and passionate about, but you've not done yet? And you've had a myriad of excuses. I know, I'm very good at finding excuses. But what are these things? Because you've got Mercury going retrograde as well, which is another second chance. It's a reflection, a reassessment. Okay? Okay. Tree Dagan needs a new career. All right. So just really say to yourself, this one is not getting away from me. And Aries power has to do with willpower, right? I mean, for example, I found a stray dog in the road a few days ago. It had been abandoned. And I was with a friend and I had food and she had a lead, and we got him in the car, and he's very traumatized, but we need a home for this poor dog. And I'm bound and determined we're going to find a home for this beautiful dog. And that's the Aries energy, the will, that no matter what, I will find a way. We will find a way. So where are you putting your energy into saying, right, Artabaleti is going to finish your 2 new websites. Great. Okay, excellent. Stars with Stacy. Great. Your own tarot channel. Yes. Okay. All right. Patsy's got Venus in Aries. You've got no excuse. Okay. So I love this quote by Einstein, because I think this really epitomizes how I see this energy of Aries. I'm thankful, he said, for all the people who said no to me. It's because of them that I'm doing it myself. And I look back on my life of all the people that said, no, you can't be an astrologer. You never make a living being an astrologer, goodness. And no, you really shouldn't share the channeling. And no, you shouldn't put the music on the same channel as your astrology. All the people that want to naysay you, you be the one to say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm doing it. Okay? So that's the energy. We've got a ton of energy that's, chopping the internet. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to say thank you very much for listening. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much, Radhika, for doing the most terrific job in the live and the timestamps, and for your dedication. Thank you for your comments, your feedback, and happy April. April Fool's Day tomorrow. We might have a little fun with that. Bye for now.